Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next installment of Book Club. Today I will be talking about The Impossible Fortress, chapters 3, 4, and 5. So, if you haven't gotten to that point in the book yet, I do recommend you go read it before listening to this video. I've decided that I'm not going to do a non spoiler section because, it's kind of hard. It's really redundant, honestly. So I'm just gonna keep it to spoilers. So if you don't want to know anything of what happens, just go off and read it. You'll and come back. All right. Anyways, let's start with chapter 3. Chapter 3 introduces Bill's, or his real name, William Marvin. Um, it introduces his programming uh, hobby, or his interest in programming, and he even made a game called Strip Poker with Christy Brinkley. I honestly don't know who Christy Brinkley is. Looked her up, kind of pretty, but I don't know who she is, honestly. And I thought it was so funny, or like kind of in character, honestly, with what we've been reading so far, kind of in character that this kid who is apparently really good at programming made his own strip poker game and used and correctly made the algorithm to for the computer to understand what poker is. He made a what's it called? A nude model of Christy Brinkley just using lines and zeros and like and it's so funny looking. I'm gonna post a picture of it right here. I'm gonna post a picture of Christy Brinkley and then a picture of her in the book side by side. Anyways, and of course Alf is not satisfied with this. It's not the real thing. He's like, what? Like, I can't do anything with this. What is this? But um, I think it kind of shows a little bit more about about Alf, that like he's. I feel okay. I thought they were kind of nerdy at first, and I thought they would all be uh like the same level. Like if one knows coding, I thought that they would all know coding, but it just seems that Bill or William is the only one who knows coding. That's what I'm kind of getting at. So, um, yeah, that let's see what else. What else happened in the book or in this chapter? Oh, yes, of course. Will or Alf takes out the floppy disk from the computer, from the Commodore 64, mind you, a really old throwback right there. Is that he realizes that Will has a company name on his software called Planet Will Software. So they're questioning him. Hey, are you trying to start a gaming company? And Will, like kind of embarrassed about it, doesn't want to admit it because at the time, being a saying I want to make video games is pretty much the same thing as being like I want to be an actor or something like not achievable. But I think at those times, it's the greatest time to like achieve it. I would say, like just thinking about it. Well, it's not the greatest. It's not the easiest time to achieve it, but I would say if you got the computer, if you got the hardware, and you got the want, I bet it's probably easier because they mentioned how a 17-year-old was able to have his own business or his own company, and he's rocking it. And these dudes are like what, 15, and he's making strip poker with Christy Brinkley. I don't know. I might be giving him too much credit, but yeah. Anyways, they make fun of his name, which is a little funny, a little like childish also. Um, in order to get Alf to get it off his back, he gives him the Sports Illustrated magazine, tells him what picture to look at. Alf, the horny boy that he is like, oh, takes the bait. And it seems like Clark has a new idea that um, that in order to get the Vanna White Playboy magazine. Uh, yeah, Playboy magazine. Anyways, that's where the chapter ended off, and it seems like they're gonna probably dress up Bill or William. I'm gonna start calling him William as a businessman. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen there. What's their idea? But okay. Anyways, I thought this chapter was pretty cool. That it gave a little bit more character to Bill and William. Bill, William, whatever. And Alf is still the same old horny kid. Um, just not satisfied with third rate nudity. He wants or like computer nudity. He wants the real deal. And something about Clark, man, his only characteristic is his claw hand, and I kind of don't like that. But he had this idea, which means he's part of the group. Like he's not just third wheeling. He's bringing in ideas, and I like that. Um, this chapter was another like just very short, very simple. They didn't really dive into too much about coding, other than like um, oh, it does talk about how their schools nowadays have a bunch of computers, but nobody knows what, like, no teacher knows how to use them. So all they teach them for is, use them for is to teach typing and and like tutors and stuff. But like Will realizes that they're not being used to their full potential and everything, and it just kind of shows what kind of kid or what kind of interests Will has, and it's exciting to see what happens. I feel like that there's gonna be like a little time gap. They're gonna grow up, and he becomes something. Maybe, hopefully, that would be cool. Well, that's what I thought about chapter 3. I'll be back with chapter 4 in a bit. So hold your horses. Oh, that was lame. Yo, what's up? Welcome back to the book club. You're listening to Chapter 4 discussion of The Impossible Fortress. And Chapter 4 was a bit longer than the past chapters, which is nice. It's pretty cool. And we figure out that, well, they say their age, they're 14. And I always thought they were 15. I've been calling them 15 for the longest time. But it makes sense. They just started high school. They start off by explaining what the plan is to get the Vanna White Playboy magazine, and it's just basically dress up to look older. Yeah, it's a very simple plan, but we do get some backstory or like some character development of Clark. He is apparently his dad apparently left for work, and he gets hand-me-downs from his family all over the like from Georgia. Yeah, from Georgia. Um, and there's this funny. I thought it was really funny how Alf. It kind of fits his character how he dressed up as like some like party dude who does cocaine, or he looks like he does cocaine and stuff. Like that's his idea of a grown up. So I thought that was pretty funny. So yeah, they apparently stole money from Alf's sister. Like it was like 30 some dollars, and which I thought was like, what? That's poor girl. She does apparently babysitting, and I thought, oh man, that's a lot of money. So anyways, that their whole plan was go in there, buy a lot of stuff, and then as soon as you're about to leave, ask for the Playboy, and you'll be well on your way. So in the chapter, they do their plan, but Billy notices this girl working on a Commodore 64, and she stops him because she notices that everything he's picking up is not uh it just doesn't go together. He's buying like batteries for hearing aids, and he's buying like typewriter ribbons and stuff like that. Like it's totally random. She thinks that he's gonna steal, and the dad is super conservative, super religious. But then again, like I mean, who wouldn't be mad if they were stealing, you know? So she was worried about that and everything. But while Alpha and Clark are working, Billy's talking to the girl about the Commodore 64. He noticed that she was making music um, that was playing. She was trying to make or copy music onto the Commodore 64 by recreating it. I think it would have sounded like 8-bit music, but he was trying to make Invisible Touch by Genesis, which is, I believe, Phil Collins, a band that Phil Collins was in, and because they kind of talk about Phil Collins there, and yeah, she's really into it and stuff, and Billy's surprised. This is the cool part. This is the cool part of the chapter. Billy's surprised that she programs because there's not many girl programmers, and then she's like, she has all this knowledge. She's like, oh, there's these many girl programmers, and Billy's like doubling down. He's like, no, I meant like um, video game programmers, and she still has she still has the knowledge to name like Caterpillar. The creator of Caterpillar was a female. King's Quest, Roberta Williams, who I didn't know was a female, and I actually really want to play King's Quest. I thought that was super cool. I didn't know that. Anyways, they kind of uh, the guys end up calling him out like, "Hey, let's go," and they get to the cash register. Everything seems to be going right. They ask for Tic Tacs and Playboy. The cashier guy is like, "Oh yeah, you guys are businessmen, of course." I think it was actually going the way they wanted to, which is so crazy for me. I don't know, but um, the girl comes out, which is the daughter of this dude, of the cashier, of the owner of the gas station, and tells Billy that there's going to be a contest for programmers for high school programmers and stuff, and apparently Fletcher Mulligan from Digital Arts is going to be there, and Billy's like, that's his idol. He makes some great games, I believe, and the what's his name? The cash register guy, the owner, I keep calling him cash register guy. The owner catches on, tells him, "Will that be all?" They leave without the Playboy. His friends like kind of like get after him because he still paid. They lost all the money again, which is like, ugh. When are they gonna get that Playboy? I kind of hope that the whole Playboy plot just kind of dies there. I hope. I'm getting tired of the Playboy. It's kind of funny, but it's running on too long. They kind of make fun of him, and they tell him that this girl likes you. She was talking to you, blah blah blah, mimicking your voice. But they're kind of making fun of her because she was kind of big. So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of like fat jokes and stuff. And they put their items that they bought on a railroad on the train, and they explode them, and they continue. Oh, the train scared them, and they kind of fall over, and they continue like Alf continues making fun of the girl, and I believe that's where the chapter ends. Hold on, they do. Billy does mention how he's like excited for the we're examining and the rules of the contest. Oh, he kept the paper. He kept the paper for the contest that the girl gave him. Overall, this chapter was pretty cool. I really like that he met this girl and stuff. Um, it's like he has never found anybody who was into programming, and he's so fascinated by her, you know. Um, just not because it's a girl, but because she's a programmer and he's never met one before. So he's like, oh, now he has somebody to talk about it with, you know. And he's kind of he's kind of shy because last chapter the only thing he's programmed was strip poker with Christy Brinkley, so he couldn't really tell her that. I thought it was funny. Thought it was pretty cool. Some knowledgeable information. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited now. I really hope that the Playboy thing just doesn't come back anymore. They're gonna probably still talk about it, but as long as they don't try to get it again, then I'll be a little happy. Oh, I'll be happy. By the way, I do know that this video is going on far too long. I think we're running around 15 minutes right now, and I know in my intro I was like, "This is only going to be 4-minute videos," but honestly, I just find myself talking about these chapters way too much. I summarize them, and it's easier to, for me at least, to talk about the chapter if I just summarize what happened, because it all comes back to me and how I felt about it. Anyways, that's that. That's chapter 4. I enjoyed it, and I will get back to chapter 5 in just. I'll come back with chapter 5 in just a bit. So just hold on, hold your horses. We'll be right back. Dang, this chapter got really real. um, Welcome back. We just got done reading chapter 5, and I guess to summarize it a bit, we Billy just got to work with trying to think of something to make for digital arts for the contest, something that would impress Fletcher, and basically tells us that he'd already programmed a few games, like copycat games, such as Gobbler Face, which is a Pac-Man ripoff, Totally Awesome. He named Totally Awesome, but is a Frogger ripoff, and Monkey Kong, which is, I guess, Donkey Kong. So we, I, so far this chapter is telling us that he could make something more complex than just poker with that naked girl. There was a Stephen King reference, Cujo, no idea. He was working on Mission Zero, but he got scared because Clark told him Stephen King would sue him. And that, I mean, when I was little, I'm pretty sure that would have scared me. That like, uh, oh, I'm gonna get sued if I make this. That's so funny. I don't think he would have gotten sued if he didn't sell it. Like, I'm pretty sure he'd still be able to make it. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. But we learn about the Impossible Fortress. Now we know what the title of the book means. It's a game that he wants to make. Billy wants to make this game, but his Commodore 64 can't handle it. I'm gonna post up a little picture right here, and it's the character of his game running, and apparently has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames. And it's just too much action for his Commodore to handle. That it'd go really slow, so it's like it's not even worth making. What I'm thinking, I'm just gonna guess it right now. He's he's gonna make something else. He's gonna make something else for the competition. Maybe win, get the better computer, and make the Impossible Fortress. I mean, I'm guessing it right now. Uh, and let's see what else happens. Oh, he starts to work. He goes to work on it, but we get the realness. The mom took his power brick, and she's mad because he's been getting some bad grades, and some of these grades are not good. D's, 3 D's, a C, no, 4 D's, a C minus, and an F in rock and streams. I have no idea what rock and streams is, But yeah, he's doing really bad, and the mom gets really after him, tells him that you promised that you would do great. You'd show your teachers that don't believe in you. I think you heard my car alarm going off. My dad probably turned it off. Um, anyways, yeah, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. um, his middle school grades weren't very good, and his mom is like, you should be in honors. He should be in honors. He should be doing this, not none of this remedial stuff. And well, they made a deal, and the mom's really wants to see him do good, but I mean, the real part is I wasn't a great student when I was in high school, barely in college. It wasn't until like the last few years of college where I was like I need to buckle down. So I mean I don't think I got C's. I mean I don't think I got like four D's, but I was doing pretty bad too, and I would also be like, just like Billy, he would go to school and be like, I'm gonna do good, but as soon as class starts, you just don't care. You just start thinking about other things, and I don't know. That hit home. It was like, like in my head right now, I'm like, do the work, kid. It's not hard. Wait, if you want hard, wait till you get to college. Like, oh, now that I have all this knowledge, I just want to yell at him. But I understand what he's going through, and he's not like even. I mean, I had parents telling me the same things, and I had teachers telling me the same things, and I never listened. But anyways, let's continue on. And he talks about how his mom is so exhausted. She's, I believe, like 33 years old, super young, but she's already got gray hair, and she's working a lot, and she's tired all the time. It's a little sad to hear, and especially that his dad left them. Um, he never met his dad, so that's pretty sad. Um, Something that he said was that he'd like to meet his dad. If his dad was to ever come back, he would be willing to listen and maybe forgive him. And that's like, I mean, I feel like that's just him, like maybe just wanting a fatherly figure around, you know? Because what kind of dad leaves, uh, but like when a baby's born, when their baby's born or something, you know? I mean, it's sad. Who knows? I don't know why he left. Maybe it was a good reason. Maybe the kid has a point. It's worth listening out. But yeah, and so the mom leaves. Billy goes into her room. It's a mess. I guess the whole house is clean except for her room, and I guess that just contributes to like how tired she is. Like she doesn't want to work on her room, but she has to keep the rest of the house clean, right? Opens the safe. It's the dad's birthday, 11/29, November 29th. So I guess I'm just gonna keep like a mental note of that. And he gets his power brick and gets to work. That's where we leave off in that chapter 5. So far, well, that chapter was like I wasn't expecting that much, but like that much, I guess, sad. I don't want to say sadness, but like drama. I would say it was drama. I wasn't expecting that, and it was nice. It was good because I think the book was getting a little too like silly with the whole like Playboy magazine, and now it's like, ooh, they're kids. We're back. They're kids, and they got kid drama and stuff. So how are they going to navigate? Well, how's Billy going to navigate the contest and his mom? Because like, dude, he's gotta do good. He's gotta do good in school, you know. The whole man, I don't even know what to say. But anyways, uh, yeah, I think that's my whole thoughts of chapter 5, and I know that this is a really long video, and if you're still here listening, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. I think every video is going to be almost this long because I feel like I just have a lot to talk about, um, or I just don't know how to make what I want to say shorter. One of those two. But yeah, again, thanks for thanks for listening to me talk about chapters 3, 4, and 5 in the Impossible Fortress. We'll be back again. I would say this is going up. This video is up on Thursday, so we'll be back on Monday. We'll be back on Monday with chapters 6, 7, and 8. So this is me telling you right now, if you're reading up to where I am right now, the next time we come back on Monday, we'll be 6, 7, and 8. All right, cool, awesome, deal, high five, nice, good one. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.